depending on what part of the world you're in. Good to see some familiar names in already. Robert Houston's watching in Dublin. Got Jan watching in Pennsylvania. Victoria's in Philly. Nicole is in Pittsburgh. Mike Cummins is tuning in from Derbyshire in England. Andrew Clark in a strangely sunny Canada. Bjarna and Bart are watching. It's good to see all of you tuning in. Well, today has been one of those Murphy's Law days for me. Anything that can go wrong has gone wrong, bar the guitar falling apart. So, you know what we're going to do with technical difficulties if we have them? We're just going to laugh at them. What else can you do? I'm going to start off with a tune of mine called Grove Road as people pile in. Grove Road start off the stream this evening. It's lovely to see so many people tuning in. People tuning in Nashville, people tuning in Virginia, in Romeo, Michigan, Germany, Lawton, Oklahoma, Boston, Massachusetts, in Ditzingen, in Germany, in Minnesota. It's nice to be back streaming again. I haven't streamed in a little while, so it's nice to be back, getting in touch with everybody again. Don't know how everyone around the world is feeling, but I'm definitely feeling the effects of this third kind of major COVID lockdown here in Ireland. Feels like a little bit like cabin fever at the moment. So yeah, nice to get in touch with the outside world again. And and I've got a couple of tunes picked out, but as usual, let me just turn off my reverb here as I'm talking to you. As usual, if you have any tunes that you'd like to hear, anything that you'd like to hear me talk about, or anything you'd like to hear me perform, just leave a message either in the in the comments. I suppose the best place to do it, and I'll try and get around to as many requests as I can. So, where will we go from there? Well, I had a request earlier on Instagram from my tune Jumbo. I don't use a thumb pick for this. And this is a fun little tune. This is, I know the reverb has gone on again, but I improvised this tune completely for my album Rain Dance. I'd never played this, and I was handed a guitar at about 3 o'clock in the morning by Connor, my engineer, and he said, I got this guitar into the studio the other day, try it out. And it was a baritone guitar, like a low, strong guitar. He said, make something up and we'll film it and we'll send it to the company just to say thank you. So I made this tune up on the spot, and it ended up on the album. So here it is. This one's called Jumbo. 1, 2, 3. Jumbo. As I said, that tune was just completely made up. 3 o'clock in the morning, just before the morning before a flight back home to Ireland, and that tune came out of nowhere. Good to see so many people tuning in. Ed O'Keefe is tuning in. Marinda is listening in Namibia. Who else do we have? We have Bart is listening in. Victoria says, "Talk about anything. I just love listening to your accent." I have a couple of requests here. One is for True Vi. One is for Sailing to Shore. We'll definitely play Sailing to Shore. What else do we have here as well? I missed something. I can't find it now, but write it in the comment again and I'll get it. So most of you have watching have probably seen that I've been interviewing a lot of people recently. That's for my True Fire channel. The Fretboard Atlas is like a teaching platform that I have now on truefire.com. And it's been a pleasure to be able to interview some of the musicians whose kind of style I really enjoy. So far I've done interviews with my friend Jay Curran, who's the guitarist and musical director for Niall Horan. Some fingerstyle guitar players like Zunka Minen and Alex Misko. You've definitely seen their videos online. David Howley from the band We Banjo 3 talked a lot about dadgad and trad music. Richard Smith, the finger-picking guitar player, he had some really insightful stuff. And Emil Ernebro and Joe Robinson as well, younger fingerstyle players, again, really, really insightful stuff. So if you haven't seen the Fretboard Atlas yet, as well as all those interviews, I'm covering a lot of different angles, you know, about teaching guitar, little bits and pieces of music theory, a lot about fingerstyle, flat picking, and a lot about Irish trad as well, because obviously trad being my background, it's something I can teach people. It's given me a really, really solid base in music. And I'm covering a lot of my original tunes there as well, going through them section by section. So if you haven't seen it already, you'll find it on my website. It's called Shane Hennessy's Fretboard Atlas, or you'll find it on truefire.com as well. But something interesting I've been bringing up in each of those interviews is I'm asking all of the musicians about their light bulb moments. So in other words, eureka moments, you know, because all of us have had these moments where you realize, oh my God, that's what that is, you know, it makes sense now. So I'm curious to see if anybody watching this evening, if you have a light bulb moment that you've had about music or about anything in general, leave it in a comment. Like Albert Einstein once said that the greatest discovery he ever made was that he could cook an egg while cooking the rest of his dinner. You know, so I suppose that's a light bulb moment for him. He came up with a lot of other good ideas as well, I suppose. What will I play? I will play, yeah, I think I'll play a bit of Summer Anywhere. Just tune this down. This is going into, what tuning is this? C, G, D, G, A, D. And this is the first track from my album, Idzerhjol. And the tune was inspired by, let me just get it in tune for you. We tune because we care. There we go. So the tune was inspired by, you know, this time last year when we went into COVID lockdown in Ireland, and I was messing around with the tune, the traditional tune, St. Patrick's Day, which goes... It's a jig. Really common as like with among Irish dancers as a set dance. And as a sort of a reflection of what COVID was like here in my hometown, which is Carlow in Ireland, you know, the bunting for St. Patrick's Day stayed up for a long time. A lot of the decorations around town, you know, they weren't taken out of the shop windows and they weren't taken down from houses and around the centre of town where I live. You know, it didn't come down for a long time. So every time I walked around town, everything would be closed, but all of this kind of celebration sort of material was still hanging, the paraphernalia. And so that was kind of artistically very inspiring to try and take St. Patrick's Day, the tune, and then to write a companion piece, to kind of interrupt it and write a piece then that was kind of in direct contrast to that. So whereas St. Patrick's Day is a very set rhythm, and a very defined A and a B part, and they're a little bit unusual in measure as they are, I decided to do the same with a companion piece that I wrote to it called Unjig, because it's a bit schizophrenic. I can't decide whether it's in 6/8 or 9/8 or 12/8 or what time signature it's in, and it feels completely different. So I'm going to play it for you. This is the first track off my album, Idzerhjol. It's called Summer Anywhere. So Summer Anywhere. That's track number 1 on Idirkyo. And that is, as I said, St. Patrick's Day, the set dance and the jig, mixed up with a little bit of my own composition, unjig, which kind of is intentionally a bit weird. But I think it sums up my experience of the first COVID lockdown in Carlow fairly well. So I suppose it's a good time to say a huge thank you to the Pittsburgh Irish Fest for organising this and for having me on. It's not a festival that I've played at yet, but I have a lot of love for Pennsylvania. I've played in the state a few times, and I'm looking forward to coming back as soon as possible, as soon as travel can continue again. But to Nan and to Marin and all of the fantastic workers and volunteers who make the Irish Fest happen, it is slated to happen again September this year. The dates are penciled in at the moment, as far as I'm aware, and fingers crossed it can go ahead safely, and that it can take place so that all the musicians and artists and acts that want to be able to share their craft with the world can do so. Again, I know that I'm itching to get back out as soon as I can. I can't get the vaccine soon enough. So hopefully that'll come around sooner rather than later. But just a quick thank you again to the Pittsburgh Irish Fest for hosting this live stream, and also to Culture Ireland for supporting their live stream series. Culture Ireland have been very good to me and to a lot of other Irish acts, and in terms of supporting Irish music all around the world, they do an absolutely spot on job. So thanks so much to Culture Ireland for making all of this possible as well. So let's get back up to... Oh, I'm above standard. That's alright. So I saw a couple of requests for... what did I see here? Through the Woods. Okay, so Through the Woods, Sailing to Shore, The Rebellion, Frontier, Lisola. Okay, right, we've got a lot of requests here. Let's pick one. I'll start with Sailing to Shore. There we go. Okay, we're getting close. Tuning wise, so Sailing to Shore, I suppose, is as if any of you have heard me talk about this tune before, I wrote this tune at a time not too dissimilar to now. I think when the mood in general was kind of low, at least in Ireland, and I was, finished up in college, and not really sure what to do with my life. I always enjoyed music. I never actually thought I'd be a musician. I don't really say that too often, but I always thought that my path in life would be fairly certain, as going to college and becoming a psychologist. That's what I thought I'd be. And I always thought music was something I would just do for fun. And I ended up, just being very fortunate to meet the right people along the way and to have good fans and good supporters. And I'm lucky enough that at least up until, the beginning of March last year, that I was able to have an interesting life, touring, traveling, sharing music with people, learning music and seeing all these great places. So I'm really missing that at the moment, and it'll come back, of course. But Sailing to Shore was written at a similar kind of in a similar headspace to now, when things didn't seem as optimistic as I suppose they could be. So if that sentiment resonates with you, I want to send this out to you in particular, who's watching, and hopefully we can hope and pray that all this COVID stuff will be over before long. Hope you enjoyed that one, folks. Sailing to Shore. I wish you would come back to Marrakesh. I can't wait to come back to Marrakesh. Marrakesh was the most pure musical experience I think I've ever had in my life, and I can't wait. As soon as I'm invited back to Wilkesboro, North Carolina, I will be there with bells on, because it was what a festival. Amazing festival. Russ Fisher, greetings from Louisville. Oh, it's not Louisville, Lerville, Kentucky. Here's this. Well, thank you. Waiting on my new McNally J22 from Ciaran sometimes. Oh, fantastic. Good to hear. Yeah, Ciaran is a phenomenal guitar builder, and he's getting over the old COVID himself at the moment. So best wishes and kind of good vibes going out to Ciaran this evening. I think he's pretty much on the mend, which is good to hear, because I have a guitar on the way from him as well. Bjarne says, would love to hear Speakeasy Swing. Okay, we can make that happen, absolutely. Let's see. Thank you, Mike, for that nice comment about Sailing to Shore. Really appreciate it. Elaine Van Ness is asking for Effervescent. And I have the other ones up here, The Rebellion, Through the Woods. And yeah, okay, we'll try and get it to as many as we can. What will I do next? I will do... Tom Hansen asked me for Matra, and I'm going to try a little bit of that. It's not the easiest tune in the world to play, well, for a lot of reasons, but mainly because on the album I put a guitar solo in the middle of it, and that's not something I usually do. Oh, Ciaran has come in. I'm alive. I'm all good. Good to hear. Yeah, I think I'll give you a little bit of Montmartre because it was requested by Tom Hansen. If Tom is watching, by the way, hello Tom, and you should definitely check out Tom because he's a good guitar player and a good singer too. All right, a little bit of Montmartre. Let's see how this goes. Come on, Matra. As I think I've mentioned before, written as a tribute to the kind of music you hear at the top of the Sacré-Cœur in Paris. Somebody messaged me, I think the last time I mentioned that on the live stream, and said there's a documentary about those dancers. If you've ever been up there, there's these amazing street dancers up there, and there's a documentary you can watch on YouTube about them. And I watched about 10 minutes of it, and there's these guys, like, they can climb the poles up there and, like, hang sideways from them and dance. It's amazing what they do. It's amazing what the human body can do. Let's see, what else do we go? Anyone come up with any light bulb moments? I asked you earlier on if you have any light bulb moments about anything in your life. If you do have them, I'd love to hear them. Just stick them in the comments and we'll share them around and see what happens. Looking forward to, it's been interesting interviewing, people that I know or have known in real life or have met, and you wouldn't necessarily always launch into a series of questions about, practice exercises and ideas about harmony and ideas about accompaniment and all that kind of stuff. Because usually if you meet somebody at a festival or at a gig or whatever, it's more conversational than anything. It's not really an in-depth look at their musicianship. But it's been really insightful to speak to a lot of these musicians who I really look up to, and to be able to kind of pick their brain for a little while and see what's ticking in there. So, by the way, if there's anybody you think I should interview, let me know. I mean, I've got a big list of names, even in front of me here at the moment. I happen to have the list of people that I'm interviewing, and a lot of them are from the fingerstyle guitar world, from the kind of the trad guitar world, the bluegrass guitar world. But if there's anybody that you think I should, talk to because you think they'd be very insightful as a musician, absolutely leave a comment and let me know, because I'm up for talking to anyone and everyone. I think I'd like to be a radio presenter when I get older. Okay, I'll take another one of the requests. Let's see what else is in here. I've got all my comments here aggregated. Dan McNally said, would love to hear Bluebirds. Done. That was easy. We'll do Bluebirds. Is this in standard tune? Yes, it is. Here we go. This guitar is sounding good this evening. Right, Bluebirds. That means reverb number 1. This goes out to Dan. Bluebirds. I just want to respond to some of these comments here that I saw from the corner of my eye. Sujata's watching in Britain. Good to see you, Sujata. Thanks for tuning in. Paul Hennessy says you should interview Wayne Silver. I've actually already asked Wayne to come on to the Fretboard Atlas, so I'm looking forward to chatting to him. Clive Carroll would be a great interviewee. He certainly would, Mike. And Clive is coming on in, I think I've got him penciled in 2 weeks' time. Clive is one of my biggest guitar heroes. He has been for a long time. And I think I've said this before. For my 18th birthday, was spent playing music with Clive Carroll in the Helix in Dublin. We did a double show together, but I didn't really want to do half the gig. I wanted him just to open. I wanted to sit in the audience and listen to him. So that was my 18th birthday. That's how I spent it. Who else do we have? Andre Mills asks, what are you using right now to pick up the guitar sound? Anything apart from the mic that we can all see? Well, I've got this mic here in front of me. And then in your left ear, you should have a mic down here. And then in your right ear, you should have this mic over here. And then I've also got I've got an Udo Rösner pickup in my guitar, which is going into an Udo Rösner amp, which is going into my my mixer, which is then going straight out to you. And of course the guitar as well. So that's the whole shebang. Let's see, what do we have? Dan. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Dan. Thanks a million. So what else do we have? The Peacock Strut. Oh, the Peacock Strut. I haven't played that in a while. That'll be a fun one to play. Marrakesh. Okay, Marrakesh, of course. How could I forget that one? All right, so let's do. We'll do Marrakesh first, and then we'll do the Peacock Strut. I think that'll be a bit of fun. So yeah, start off with Marrakesh. And how am I going to do my delay for this? There we go. Watch me figure out how to manage effects off an iPad on the fly. by request, Marrakesh. Okay, who else do we have here? John is listening in Ayrshire in Scotland. Good to have you, John. And that guitar looks not like the Maton. Which one is that? No, it's not. This is a Ciaran McNally guitar. Let's get the headstock up there. Some product placement. So yeah, I've started using this guitar in the last while. I still love my Matons. Still got my own little. Still got my 808 behind me here, and I was using this just today actually on a recording. So yeah, they both have their place in my arsenal, and I've got this McNally guitar as well. This is the second one that I have, which is like an acoustic Canon, and I've got a third one on the way, a Dreadnought guitar as well that I'm looking forward to getting. Please play Effervescent. Yep, definitely, certainly will. So maybe Udo for an interview, absolutely. Bogdan says Gareth Pearson, he'd be great actually on the Fretboard Atlas. I must ask Gareth, absolutely. Alright, great. It's nice to see so many comments in as well. I really appreciate it. And by the way, there's never any pressure to do it, but I've left the links to my tip jar, my coordinations are backwards, here and also over here as well. So, you know, if you're enjoying it and you want to buy me the price of a coffee or a pint or more, you're more than welcome to dip your savings fund or tip your savings fund into it. That's what I meant to say. But you know, I don't do these because I want to make money. I do them because I enjoy them and because it's good for me to stay in shape as a musician as well. You know, there's it's very, very easy to fall into the habit of playing at home and, you know, riffing away on things, but it's when you actually sit in front of a camera and you sit in front of a live audience of the couple of hundred people watching at the moment, that's when things start getting a little bit more tense, and that's where the practice really comes into it. Kenneth Fox says, please play Love on Top. Oh, Love on Top, haven't played that in a while. Let's try it. What's the worst that can happen? Alright, let's give it a go. Love on Top, originally by Bay Ones. number 2. Key change number 3. Number 4. Beyonce also manages to do 4 costume changes as well. I haven't figured that part out yet. When I do, I'll let you know. Love on top. All right, let's see. We're coming up to time. So let's figure out what to play for the last tune or two. If you really want 2, I'll give you 2. Let's just get this. We're a bit above standard tuning here, so. There we go. All right, let's just check the old comments one more time. Rain Dance. Oh yeah, Rain Dance. Could definitely do Rain Dance. What else? The Sinead O'Connor cover. I won't get to do that today, Bart, but the next live stream I'll do that. Zephyrus column. I won't get to do it this one, but I'll definitely do it on the next stream. I'm off today. Oh my God, you're putting me under pressure there, Christine. That's a tough tune to play. Tell you what, the next live stream will do that. I'll write down these, and the next live stream I do will definitely do those. What else did I have down here? I didn't get around to Avenue. We'll do that around the next time. And we did Marrakesh. Great. So we covered a lot of what I had written down. Walk Between the Raindrops. Yeah, tell you what, I'm going to finish off this stream, I think, by playing Effervescent. And the next time around we'll do Rain Dance and all of those other tunes mentioned in the comments as well. So I suppose before I play this, I just want to say thank you again to Pittsburgh Irish Festival. Hope to be at your festival at some point in the near future. Thanks to Culture Ireland for sponsoring this series, and thank you to all of you who are watching as well. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it's nice to get back to a little bit of streaming after a little break away from it. If you want to check out the Fretboard Atlas, my teaching channel, go to truefire.com and you'll find that. TRUEFIRE, truefire.com, and you'll find it there, or you'll find it on my own website, ShaneHennesy.ie. And if you want any of the music or any of the tabs or any of that kind of stuff, again, you'll find all of it on the website. And there we go, we're nearly in tune. Now we're in tune. Alright, by request, Effervescent. 1, 2, 5, 12, 1, 4. Wait a second. 5, 12, 1, 7. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to the Pittsburgh Irish Fest. Thank you, Culture Ireland. And I'll be sure to see you again very, very soon on a stream. In the meantime, keep safe, keep washing your hands, keep wearing your masks, get your vaccine when you can, and I will talk to you all again very, very soon.